So hi, good morning, Vishnu. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, doing good. Thank you so much. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well too. Thank you. And thank you for accepting our invitation to be a part of our Next Gen Entrepreneurs Beyond Dream series. And today we are joined in by Vishnu, founder and CEO of Machenn. It's a startup, a digital manufacturing startup founded in 2017, and their focus technologies are additive manufacturing and extended reality. They also offer interactive and immersive content with deep technologies, which includes augmented, virtual, mixed reality, and also additive manufacturing. And their services are infused into the market by their two different platforms, which are XR Tech Labs and also Machin's proprietary additive manufacturing hubs. And they are currently focusing on medtech design and also product fabrication and industrial projects. So we are really happy to have you with us today. And we'd like to hear more from you about yourself, your entrepreneurship journey. Yeah, please.
Sure. Thank you so much, Mayuri, for your introduction, and thank you so much, first of all, like just for giving us this opportunity. And you're right, and we founded it in the year 2017, and we pronounced it as Mahan Innovations. It's the C is always
Okay.
silent.
Okay.
It's actually a German word, like which we framed it to make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what us Mahan Innovations is all about. And as you
Okay.
rightly said, we have built two platforms. One is AM Hubs, and another is XR Tech Labs. XR Tech Labs is now reframed as XR Studio, a
Okay.
complete all-in-one platform for virtual reality-based training solutions
Mm-hmm.
to manufacturers and medical equipment training and surgical practices.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what, excuse me. So that is what we do as a company. And just to give a brief introduction of myself, my name is Vishnu. I'm basically from Palakkad, and I completed my bachelor of biomedical engineering in Coimbatore, and I always was fond of this Coimbatore climate and Coimbatore's vibe, no, like so that's why we wanted to start a company here. So as
Mm-hmm.
soon as I completed, like there was this idea, like I used to work for a company in Chennai,
Mm-hmm.
and like I was not, I had this one thing in my mind always that no, like I am a biomedical engineer and I need to, I have a lot of potential because, like, see, for example, you should have seen a lot of people doing this. 10th
Mm-hmm.
standard, they would have scored 90 plus, 12th standard, 90 plus again. But when you get into college, you don't get a job at all. You don't come out well at all. So I'm such a person, like I used to do great in 10th and 12th, but when I got into college, it was totally absurd and I just totally went off track. I'm not blaming anyone for this. It's my own sole responsibility for that. So I wanted to bring it back to track that, like, oh, hey, like Vishnu was, or like anybody who was highly proficient enough while in 10th and 12th standard, why not do something different? And that is how it started. It all started. Yeah, like, and we'll discuss more as in we move forward. If you have any specific questions, I'd be happy to answer.
So yeah, really sorry for that, but yeah,
That's it.
coming to your entrepreneurship journey, right? Like, how many years of experience you had in the corporate firms, and what was the point in which
No,
you thought of, initiating your own venture? How did it all happen?
correct. See, like initiating my own venture was because of this Flipkart. Okay, like to be
Mm-hmm.
honest, like it was only because of the Flipkart boom which happened in 2017.
Okay.
Everybody was talking about Sachin Bansal and Vidhi Bansal that time, and okay, fine. Like let me just start a startup. It's not like I had no specific idea. This
Mm-hmm.
is what I wanted to do. This is the problem I wanted to solve. But specifically one problem which I wanted to solve is like I used to read a lot of newspapers, and I came through an article saying that there were somewhere between 1000 to 2000 project centers
Mm-hmm.
working to assist final year engineering graduates and final year graduates do they complete their projects. So
Mm-hmm.
this was one thing which intrigued me, like okay fine, like if I am an engineer and somebody can do my project for 500 or to, like maybe like 1000 rupees, like why should I spend 10 lakhs 20 lakhs in doing engineering? So
Mm-hmm.
that is one point which okay fine, like let's turn this around, and which turned me around to think differently.
Mm-hmm.
And I had 2 years of experience. I used to work for Thyrocare Technologies and Nuclear Healthcare Private Limited. It's
Mm-hmm.
sister concerns. I was shifted from Thyrocare Technologies to Nuclear as an infrastructure engineer. I joined as a junior engineer,
Mm-hmm.
and then I decided to quit at 2000. I
Okay.
think like it's 2018 October. Till then, I was part time in business, and 2018 October I quit. I came back to Coimbatore again. I was working in Bangalore then, and then I came back to Coimbatore. Then what happened is like it was totally a what is it? Highly tidy waves.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were not able to move at all because I was a single person then, and like I thought like okay fine, I'll become Sachin Bansal or Benny Bansal one day.
Okay.
So that was a stupid thought which I had. Like today I believe that like no, it won't happen.
Mm-hmm.
So then we went on till 2019. I think like till COVID struck us. No, like till that like we were good enough. And then we till then it was a only a educational training company. So it was
Mm-hmm.
not a service company. It was not a product company. It was a training company then. So then all of a sudden, like this COVID came, hit all of us, like education technology became growing like anything else in this world, no? Like education technology or digital cloud and everything became became in a fast track mode, and we were not able to cope up with the fast track mode, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we thought is like at that time, like I had Nivedita, my college junior, also joined with Machenn Innovations, and then we thought, okay, fine, let's rework what can we do for the future. It's not like okay fine, like we have done some mistakes in the past, let's not rework something. So that is how this XR studio and this AM hubs came into play, and we are now focusing on XR studio all of with full effort. And that is how we started with XR studio. I started it like we shut down the company, earlier company, and we restarted the company as a private limited firm.
Mm-hmm.
And now we are also supported by a lot of other people. Say for example, we are supported by IM Udaipur, we are supported by
Mm-hmm.
STPI and other people as well.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting, and thank you for sharing. And as you said, like initial challenges, like it's not always a one-man army, right? Getting the core people in
Absolutely.
hand and also the funding, everything is necessary. And
Absolutely.
how was it for you? It was a step-by-step process, or how the core main core team formed for you?
It depends on what we are doing, right? Like, and what I thought is like, as I already told you, I thought like I can build this company as a single man army, and
Mm-hmm.
I'll build it, but it never happened. And then like I joined with Nivedita, like she's my co-founder as well. And
Okay.
then we thought, okay, fine, like let's build a strong fundamental base of high potential individuals, because we are going to build something which is very futuristic. If we
Okay.
are not able to bring someone who is capable of delivering future to the
Mm-hmm.
present, no,
Mm-hmm.
so we won't be able to deliver it. And yes, like we had a lot of hiccups. Even today we are just finding we're just looking for game developers, Unity developers. And being in a
Mm-hmm.
startup, what the major issue being acquiring people, no, like finding people is very easy. I say for example, if I wanted a game developer, I can go, I can spend 12.5 to 25 lakhs per annum and get a
Mm-hmm.
game developer or a
Yes.
Unity developer with
Mm-hmm.
experience. But as a startup, I would not be able to afford it at all,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
right? Like that is a huge sum for any startup. It's not like for my
True.
startup. For any startup, spending on human resource a lot of money is not highly worthy enough, because we are just
Correct.
growing step by step. So
Mm-hmm.
identifying the people with
Mm-hmm.
right mindset, no, like we'll just go source. We don't look at any technical degree, we don't look at any technical proficiency, but
Okay.
the first and foremost criteria which we look into is, do you understand what we are doing?
Mm-hmm.
Have you gone through the company? Have you
Okay.
understood what we are going to do? And
Mm-hmm.
like if you are okay to work with us for a longer period.
Okay. Okay. Mm-hmm.
And we have onboarded such people, like we are 11 now.
Mm-hmm.
And fortunately like all 11 are highly proficient, and we are just doing good as of now.
So yeah,
Yeah.
kind of you're focusing on the skill rather than just the degree and higher what to say in people from like IITs and more like startups always wanted degrees, degrees and also showcasing they have such and such person in hand, but you focus on the skills rather than just a degree or their educational background or much like that, right? Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, absolutely. Say, for example, like we hired a part-time financial and auditing person who was only 12th standard pass. Like
Okay.
he didn't even join a college. Like he was just 12th standard. He was just, I think, like 16 or 17 years old. So
Okay.
we
Okay.
started working with him, and like he did a tremendous job. And that's what I believe. And
Mm-hmm.
to be honest, I haven't used my degree anywhere after
Okay.
college. Like
Okay.
I haven't even showcased it anywhere. Like it's in my, I think, like it's in my home at somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Okay.
like professional education is mandatory, like maybe like necessary, but I don't think it can become like a barrier to someone who wills to work or who wanted to learn more.
Yes, that's true. That's true. And also, even with people with degrees, they don't directly use what they learned, right? They kind of have hello. I'm sorry, there was a network issue. Okay.
I think yes, like I lost you in between.
Yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
if it was from my end.
Yeah. Okay. So I will continue. So yeah, talking about the people itself, right? It's
Yeah,
always like even in people with MBA degrees or more, like they go to the company corporate environment and learn the company's process. So it's always a initiation wherever we go. So
that's true.
it's a good step actually, and also it's a brave step, I would say, because it's difficult to judge people, even without a degree, because you have to learn how they cope up with your environment, and also how they can accommodate with the work process and more. But
True.
actually that's an interesting move, I'd say. And also,
Thank you.
like coming to the external outliers, like external challenges, like we had the global pandemic in 2019, and still we are having the continued waves and more. So how are you tackling with that, being a technological company, and also how is it, do you have the virtual mode running, or is it, how, what were the challenges and what were the positives from you, impacts you got from it?
Like I think like the positive impact which we had is we had a lot of time to learn and think of ourselves. So that is the first thing I always say, because like when the pandemic hit, like I was in Coimbatore, and like my
Mhm.
parents are actually in Palakkad. Like so I was stuck
Okay.
in Coimbatore. I had nothing else to do. Like I had to work, I had to do something to keep me
Mm-hmm.
active. So I started following a routine when COVID struck, and like I used to cook for myself all three times, and like all,
Mm-hmm.
you'll have to eat also, no? Like all
Yes.
the 3 months like was very tough for us, like for 6 months, at least for the first 6 months, because I couldn't go home as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that time we had a lot of time to explore new things, because like we are at home, we have a plenty of time, we had a lot of time, a lot of, like also like the government of India promoted a lot of events during pandemic, just
Yeah.
to bring ideas, just to bring innovations, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And we started participating in a lot of them. Like I think like
Mm-hmm.
till today, like we would have participated in more than 1,000 plus competitions and
Okay. Okay.
challenges
Mm-hmm.
from them to till now.
Mm-hmm.
We've been constantly doing that, like to keep up with technology, to keep up with like to connect with people, to just explore technology. So
Mm-hmm.
that is one advantage. And another advantage is, see, even if I had to if I get an introduction with Mayuri today, like it's only because
Mm-hmm.
of this pandemic. I wouldn't say like this would
Yeah.
have happened if the pandemic was not there. Like we wouldn't have
Mm-hmm.
even thought of using Zoom meetings for meetings.
Yes.
So this
Yes.
has made us very much easier to connect with people at US,
Mm-hmm.
any country, no? Like it makes us very easy to connect.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of the difficulty situations, in terms of office, we shifted from three offices. We had to shift
Okay.
three offices, and
Uh-huh.
we sent everyone work from home. But as a company, as a startup, we had no infrastructure to monitor what was being done.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'm at home, no, like my mom would call me 20 times, hey, come here, do this, come here, do that.
Yes.
And
Uh-huh.
we always do this, no, like we always
Yes.
do this. And what happened ultimately, like when we see it, the final output, we were
Mm-hmm.
not able to see any output. We were not
Okay.
able to manage them properly. And because like I had no prior experience managing people,
Mm-hmm.
it's just a process of learning, right? Like I'm just
True.
learning how to manage people remote. So that was one
Yeah.
advantage. But the work productivity for our company didn't go well when it was virtual. So
Mm-hmm.
now what we thought is like we provide our own accommodation, and we just onboard people now. Like it's
Okay.
only like there is no remote working, like we're all working from office.
Okay, okay. And
Yeah.
also, like, how were the projects like? You were getting new work lines, or how the pandemic changed the game for you? How's the
Pandemic,
flow
I think
and okay.
for the first 1 year, no, like I think like from December 2019 till no, no, yeah, December 2019 till maybe like 1 year, no, we
Mm-hmm.
had no revenues. We had no revenues. Like we were running just zero with zero revenue.
Okay.
And after that, like when we started building our own product, yes, like it picked up, and we had it was like it was literally zero revenue. Okay, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not talking just for the sake. It was literally zero revenue, and because like we were just picking up, it was not the time when we had continuous customers. We were just sourcing customers individually, and like all of them had, everybody had a mind shift, right? Like, no, like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't have to do this now. So everybody had a mind shift, and our
Okay.
revenue stayed nil. And I would say like my parents and Vidita's parents were very much
Mm-hmm.
liberal with us. Like they didn't put a lot of pressure on us
Okay. Okay.
because they saw us working with something, no, like we were doing
Mm-hmm.
something, like we were like at least working on something. We didn't sit idle at all.
Yes.
And then
Mm-hmm.
like yes, after a 1 year, like we started picking up and we started getting continuous orders. We started getting, because like
Mm-hmm.
when the COVID, we were only two, like no, during
Mm-hmm.
COVID, I hired a lot of people. That was, I think, like
Okay.
I'm one of the startups who hired a lot of people when people were throwing out
Yes.
people.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, so that we did, because like
Mm-hmm.
I found out people who can work day and night without
Mm-hmm.
salaries for some time, for
Okay. Okay.
passion, no? So
Mm-hmm.
that happened, and then like yes, like we picked up, and we're doing good today.
Yeah, that's great. And actually, and also, from Coimbatore is not like Chennai or Bangalore, right? Where
Yes.
not yet the startup, or that culture, and it's not blooming yet. It's still in a very initial stage, I'll say. And getting people in there, it's really an achievement, I'd say. And also, it's
Mhm.
nice to hear that. And
Okay.
also coming to the product, your company's value proposition, because we are seeing a lot of virtual reality and external reality companies who are venturing into the multiple different fields, right?
Exactly.
Education, virtual courses, and more. And also digital tools they're offering. So, what you would say is a very unique proposition of you?
So, like, our unique proposition is our ability to build a product which is highly specialized for a healthcare organization. So, that is one thing
Okay.
which I call it as an USP for our
Mm-hmm.
company. And the unique selling proposition for our product is we provide at least like 70 to 80% haptic feedbacks involved in it. Say, for example, if you're like virtual, the one major problem in virtual reality is we're not able to
Mm-hmm.
feel, we're not able to touch, we're not able to feel anything back. It's just like a
Yes.
screen talking to you, or like maybe a display system or a robot talking to you. It becomes a
Mm-hmm.
robotic. So to
Mm-hmm.
make it more enhanced and more inhibited by people, we are just using haptic feedbacks. A lot of haptic feedback softwares, haptic feedback tools are being implemented to collect all this and
Mm-hmm.
put it together in our product. And apart
Okay.
from that, it's a all-in-one platform wherein like it's not yet out yet, but what we are trying to build is it's all-in-one platform which
Mm-hmm.
can allow you to build your own training module using virtual reality.
Okay. 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 So,
Yeah. So
mhm. So
yes,
it will be like you're focusing mostly on the medical professionals training
yes,
such ones, right? Mm-hmm.
yes. We are focusing on building a platform for healthcare only, but we do
Okay.
take orders from mechanical, automotive, architectural backgrounds just
Mm-hmm.
to keep up our revenue positive. And because like it's the same technology used in different
Yes. Mm-hmm.
applications only. So like we still use it, but
Mm-hmm.
our majority of focus lies into the healthcare domain.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. And also, like, what was your most rewarding experience, you would say, from the initial initiation of the startup till now? What was one experience? Maybe it would have been with your teammates or with the client. What was the most rewarding experience for you?
I think like it's not like one rewarding experience starting from identifying the co-founder, like and like see first point, like when our idea gets validated, no, like that
Mm-hmm.
is the first rewarding point which you get, no,
Yeah.
like it's mostly rewarding. Oh, fine, like people are believing in us. So like such that
Yes.
like if I can name, I am Kashipur, I am Udaipur, STPI, Octane, like Government of India,
Mm-hmm.
like most of them like even if like say for example, even if you're not making if you're not becoming a unicorn, if you're not becoming an IPO company, like whatever it is, like people are believing in this idea, in this product. Like it is
Mm-hmm.
getting validated by a lot of people who have seen hundreds and millions of companies already.
Yes.
So that is the most rewarding experience even today. Like when we believe, okay fine, like somebody is believing in us. It's not like us. Say for example,
Mm-hmm.
if my parents are believing in us, it's because like I'm there, it's hereditary, like
Mm-hmm.
maybe like it's a personal connection. But someone from sitting at somewhere in Delhi, somewhere in Rajasthan, somewhere in
Mm-hmm.
Uttarakhand, believing in this idea
Mm-hmm.
and investing their time, money, it can be anything, no, like that is
Mm-hmm.
highly rewarding for us. And clientele, yes. See, like our first client, no, think of our first client, like they would have had done a lot of research before giving a
Mm-hmm.
product or before giving a project. But when someone believes in a startup, that is a huge reward. Okay, fine, like people are
Yes.
paying money for us and people are
Mm-hmm.
believing in us, so that has built our trustworthiness today.
Mm-hmm.
That is what we are today, like because like today I think like yes, we are doing great and we have a good clientele, we have started generating good revenues.
Mm-hmm.
This is only because it was believed by all of that people, it was supported by all of that people.
Okay, yeah, that's interesting. And also, like, your focus is medtech device design, right? And also in
Yes.
India, we don't have much medical device manufacturers as such. It's
Yes,
still,
true.
even startups are initiating it with their product modules and more. Like, how was it to find more clients in that arena, medtech device designs and more? Hmm.
Correct. So, as you rightly said, like there are only on an average about like 700 to 800 manufacturing companies for a 1.54 billion people.
Yes.
No,
Hmm.
this is much like it's almost like, and like it's not like huge companies are manufacturing products in India.
Yeah.
So our primary user base being like, because like I can't go and ask a US company or a European company to give me an
Hmm.
order, first order, but like I definitely I
Yes.
have a pipeline, like we have a roadmap to do that.
Hmm.
But initially when we started, we sourced startups. We started
Okay.
sourcing startups because like startups are highly enthusiastic, highly energetic. They have a
Hmm.
lot of potential to explore
Yes, true.
than conventional companies. Startups and like initial stage of companies, maybe like 10-15 year
Yeah.
old companies, have like a lot of privilege to expand their technology.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Mm-hmm.
is how we started sourcing out startups, sourcing out people with great ideas, but not they don't know how to devise it, they don't know how to produce it into the market, they don't know how to like,
Mm-hmm.
because like I being a biomedical engineer, like in our team only like we have 4 biomedical engineers.
Okay, okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
we understand the nitty-gritties of healthcare engineering and all that, like all that
Mm-hmm.
together, like we just put up our expertise in front of them and they say, hey, fine, like I'm looking for someone like this
Mm-hmm.
to build a product. So
Mm-hmm.
you cannot find a lot of companies doing this in India, at least, like because today India is a
Yes.
huge healthcare market. India is one of world's
Yes.
largest healthcare market, no?
Mm-hmm.
And if we can build it in India, that makes like the country well flourished, and like it will not become it will not take a lot of time to become a like independent country in terms of financial
Yes.
independence, no? Even
Mm-hmm.
today like India is somewhere around like it's backstaged, but I think like it can become an financially independent country soon with all of this coming.
Yes, true. And also, like, it's good to have indigenous products, right? Because we rely for diagnostics and also treatment devices a lot from abroad, like foreign countries, mainly from US and Europe, and which gets manufactured in China. So it's all the same loop and process. So if we have the tech, even from the technological basis, manufacturing base, and also marketing base in India, we can solve our own problem within ourselves, and I think we really are capable of it. And seeing startups like yours, and we really can reassure that a sense of getting an independent medical device manufacturing in India itself. And really, thank you for sharing all your experience today. And
Thank you.
as a finishing note, I'd like to take some two takeaway points from you, from your
Okay.
experience for youngsters and aspiring entrepreneurs.
Okay, so I don't think like I'll just try to give something, like I don't think like I have something on top of my mind. I'm just thinking. See, for example, if you wanted to start up, not just start up, don't think and don't follow anyone. Like I always say, my teammates, like success is not
Mm-hmm.
a way; it's just a destination, and ways are millions. Okay,
True.
like you can become successful anytime, man. Like it's not like success defines yourself. Like what is
Mm-hmm.
success to you? Like I tell my people, like I don't want a lakh salary. People
Yeah.
come and offer like a lakh and 2 lakh salary. I don't know like what, where and what to do with lakhs of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want a lot of money. Like my success is creating value to people. Your
Mm-hmm.
success can be creating money. Your success can be
Mm-hmm.
like it can be anything. So do not define success with people. Do not
Okay.
compare your success with people. So this is
Okay.
one thing which I'd always say. And like one thing again is like you wouldn't fail, or you would not fail at all unless or until you quit. If you are in the game,
True.
you'll remain in
Mm-hmm.
the game, you have chances to win. But
Yes.
the moment you decide to quit, you fail. That is the failing moment, for any startup
Mm-hmm.
entrepreneur, for any aspiring entrepreneur. You can pivot millions of times.
Mm-hmm.
You can start a business, you can shut it down, restart a business. And it's
Mm-hmm.
not like businesses can fail, but entrepreneurs cannot fail.
Yes, yeah. Mm-hmm.
People would should not fail. So that is one thing. If it is hard, yes, it is hard,
Mm-hmm.
but just keep going on, keep moving on, remain in the game, so that like sometime in like you'll just hit a goal.
Yes. So yeah, that's actually very true, and also having a very the problem statement has to be very clear, and what value we're adding should be the main focus, not the money
True.
itself, because money is always a byproduct, right? And also
Absolutely.
perseverance is a part and parcel of the entrepreneurship journey. Yes.
True, true. That's necessary.
Hmm.
Like we have, and we being Indians, we are not that patient. But
True.
I believe like at least like some people can perceive and do things better.
Yes, yeah, great. And it was great talking with you, Vishnu, and
My
really
pleasure.
appreciate you for your time today. And we'll meet soon in some other session in future.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. My pleasure. Thank you so much for your time and wonderful questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, and all the
Yeah.
best.
Thank you. Bye.